Planet Dolan.
From a pacifist version of a piñata to bowling with a watermelon, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest things we've done at birthday parties. I'm Pecan, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by michaeldiamente. In college, Hellbent pledged into a fraternity. The hazing ritual that he and the other pledges had to do was held during a frat brother's birthday party. The ritual was called Beach Bombshell Baseball, which had pledges put on bikinis and play against the frat brothers who wore baseball uniforms. Hellbent wore a black and white polka dot bikini, which made him stand out more than the other pledges, who all wore solid color ones. The bikinis made sliding into the base difficult. One guy got cuts and bruises all over his body after sliding into first. Another guy's top fell off after sliding into third. In the end, Hellbent and the rest of the pledges won the game and moved on to the next ritual, keg standing, which he lost. Number 9 was submitted by Haxercat. Sid was at a friend's birthday party one time. During the party, they got very drunk. Being drunk, Sid and his friends decided to play a game where they took turns choosing someone to eat something, which could be anything. Some people made others eat poop, or drink diarrhea or vomit. When the game ended, Sid jumped out a window and broke his leg, but he didn't care. Then, him and his friends went to a gas station nearby where Sid went up to a random woman and said,
"You're hot, will you marry me?"
She replied with a slap across the face. Then they drove back to his friend's house where Sid jumped in the swimming pool and started splashing around. He yelled,
"I'm a unicorn that farts sprinkles."
He then went under the water and would have drowned if his sober friend didn't dive in and pull him out. The next morning, Sid woke up on his friend's front lawn, where his friend told him what happened the night before. Number 8 was submitted by TurtleGod0629. At her 10th birthday party, Paprika and her friends played hide and seek with a ball. They had to throw the ball at people to tag them, and then they would become the seeker. So about half an hour into the game, one of Paprika's friends went to the bathroom but forgot to lock the door. Paprika was the seeker with the ball, and upon going into the bathroom, she found her friend. She immediately and with full force threw the ball at her friend, realizing just as she let go that her friend was in the middle of pooping. Paprika screamed, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry!" But it was too late. The ball had knocked her friend unconscious. The next week at school, Paprika brought her friend chocolates and candies to apologize. But she still feels bad about it to this day. Number 7 was submitted by I Hate Yo Face. In kindergarten, James Shark's best friend invited him to her 6th birthday party. While there, he played a very unusual game with his friend called the Glug Glug. Somebody puts water in their mouth and spits it into the air, resembling a fountain. The goal is to catch as much water in your mouth as possible as it falls back down. Despite the game being unusual, James Shark had a good time playing it. Number 6 was submitted by DJpocketpet. When he was in kindergarten, Derek was invited to a birthday party at a bowling alley. He went to the party but wasn't feeling very well, so he didn't eat any pizza or cake. Since he was so out of it, Derek somehow mistook a watermelon for a bowling ball and threw it down the lane. A few seconds later, he realized his dumbass mistake and ran down the lane trying to stop it. Unfortunately, he didn't know that the lanes were slippery and ended up falling and smashing his head on the watermelon. Getting a concussion, Derek had to go home early. The next day at school, he was teased for being the kid that bowled with a watermelon. Now, Derek and his friend laugh about it. Number 5 was submitted by MysticTulip. When she was 7, Andy experienced something very dumb at a classmate's birthday party. As soon as she got to the party, the classmate's mother asked her what she got for her son. Since Andy barely knew the kid, she just got him a teddy bear. For some reason, the present pissed the mother off. Once everyone arrived, they played a game of Foursquare where 4 kids need to bounce balls to each other without touching the lines. If a line is touched, the kid had to sit out. While Andy played, the mother banned her for playing unfairly. Confused, she just sat there watching the other kids play the game. Then they had a piñata, which only the birthday boy could hit. Once the candy poured out, his mother told everyone that the boys were allowed to pick the candies first, while the girls had to sit and wait until the boys were done. Once it came time for the girls to pick, there were only a few pieces of candy left. When it came time to eat cake, the classmate's mother only gave the girls tiny bits of cake while the boys got full plates. While serving the cake, the mother said, "Girls aren't supposed to be gluttons when it comes to sweets." At the end of the party, the mother gave all the kids goodie bags. Andy was surprised that she got one too. She felt a little happy about it, but her happiness soon faded after opening the bag. Inside were a bunch of colored elastic bands, one little piece of gum, a few crayons, and one little toy soldier with a tangled up parachute. After that, Andy never liked going to birthday parties. Number 4 was submitted by SaulSXGYT. Dolan was 9 years old when he was invited to a kid's birthday party. It was the son of one of his mother's friends. It was a normal birthday party and everything was going okay until the birthday boy called Dolan shit. Being the little idiot he was, Dolan decided the best way to handle it was to take a hammer and smash the birthday cake, along with the table it was on. His parents were so pissed at him that they spanked him in front of everyone. Number 3 was submitted by CommanderVenuss. When Sweet Commando was in 3rd grade, his school threw a birthday party celebration for all the kids who had their birthdays over the summer. His school had some rather strange policies when it came to violence, so instead of doing a normal piñata, they had a special one with strings on the bottom to pull. After everyone at the party got their turn to pull on the strings, the piñata still didn't break open, so they ended up slamming it down on the floor to get the candy out. So much for having a violent-less piñata. Number 2 was submitted by SuiNiji. Soup was at a classmate's 7th birthday party. There were at least 60 people there, both friends and family. It was a normal pool party with a slide, cake, pizza, and pin the tail on the donkey. During the party, everyone went into the basement to watch a movie and play pin the tail on the donkey. Soup had a good time, even winning pin the tail on the donkey. After eating cake, all the kids were split up into groups and asked to choose which song they wanted to create a dance routine to. It wasn't regular dancing, it was twerking. A bunch of 6, 7, and 8-year-olds had to create a twerking routine to a song of their choice. All Soup's group did was shake their hips to a Miley Cyrus song, which was innocent enough. But after watching the other performances, which consisted of little kids twerking, Soup went home, scarred for life. Number 1 was submitted by McFuckingGriddle. Gergak was at a birthday party one day, swimming in the pool with some friends and having a good time. Suddenly, one of his friends threw a dog toy into the pool, which made the dog jump in after it. It wasn't an unusual or dumb thing to do, but it proved to be a dumb move when the dog began to chase Gergak around the pool. No matter how fast he swam, the dog was right behind him. The dog ended up jumping on Gergak's back and clawing him. After that, it turned out to no longer be a good time. Huge thanks for the folks over in our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What was the best thing a friend ever did for you? Let us know in the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.